Hey all, Hibber here. So today we are taking out the Minotaur, and if you look at, the battle here, we are facing 4 destroyers, and this is always a good setup for a Minotaur, especially a radar Minotaur, because its specialty is getting rid of destroyers and getting rid of them quickly. So that's why we're going straight in for the B cap, because with 4 destroyers in the game, we are sure to meet at least 1 in there, and probably 2. So I'm just going to have a look at the battleships, and of course he's reversing, so I'm going to tell him, can you stop reversing? And he answers with the horn, and that tells me that don't waste any more time on that guy. So I'm moving into B, and just having a look around at the same time, because nothing's really going to happen until I get into the cap. And you can see the battleships are being left behind out here. I don't know if they're all reversing, but they're certainly not going forward. And that's, not ideal. But anyway, I'm still unspotted, so I'm just gonna shoot at this Massachusetts here. Why not? And I get spotted there, and that probably a destroyer there, and I was just targeted by 5 ships very quickly, because I'm probably the only one spotted at this moment here. So I'm just gonna get into the cap, and then I'm gonna wait until someone actually tries to take it from me, and then I'm going to radar, see someone is actually in here now. So I'm just going to get a little closer, and then I'm going to radar, and look at that. 4 destroyers. All 4 destroyers from the red team have gathered in here in the B cap. And I keep saying it. And it's not just me, it's everybody. T-Bull, Aaron, everybody says spread out. Spread out on the map. Go where your team isn't. And 4 destroyers within pretty much 1 square of the map. That is just asking to get wiped out, especially when there's a Minotaur a couple of kilometers away. And of course I'm not going to let this opportunity go to waste. Even if I get sunk, if I can take out 2 destroyers, that's all I have to do really. So we're going to get the gearing first. And I know that there's a whole bunch of destroyers just around the corner here. So obviously I have my sonar on, so I can keep them spotted and also warn me of any incoming torpedoes. And the Z-33, he is broadside on, so he's going to be number 1. And yeah, spread out, especially in destroyers. Like you don't want to be 4 destroyers in one spot. That's just a really bad idea. And the auto aim is getting really confused here because there's so many destroyers. So I was actually shooting at one destroyer and aiming at a different one, which is, I hate when that happens. That's why the Shimmer here, he got away with more health than he should have. But he angles, so we're going to take his friend out that's trying to escape instead. So that's 2 destroyers down, and I'm still alive. So I'm going to get this Alaska here as much as I can. And of course there's going to be torpedoes. But I have an agile build on my Minotaur, so it doesn't worry me too much. So going to see if I can finish off this last Shimmer here, and see how I dodge the torpedoes as well. And just 1 more shell should do it. And that's 3 destroyers down. 3 of the 4 destroyers in the middle of the map, sitting in the same spot, spotting the same ships, and capping the same cap. Yeah, that's just terrible play, to be honest. And if I was on the red team, I would be pretty upset. And of course, what comes out of play like this is that the battleships abandon the flanks because they have no spotting, and they're just sitting ducks out there for everyone to shoot at, just like I did in the beginning. And now I'm just waiting to get spotted here. I unspotted here. That's it. And I'll just return and finish my capping. And I have a heal. I have actually 2 heals left, so I just have to get into cover, and then in a second I can pop my heal and I'll be back to half health. So yep, radar Minotaur, definitely the way to go. If you were in a smoke Minotaur, you would not have been able to pull this off at all. You would be sitting somewhere out there with the battleships trying to farm damage off other battleships. And yeah, anyway, I prefer an agile radar Minotaur by far. And we have all caps now, because no destroyers went to any other caps. So it's super easy for our team to just absolutely rule this battle here. And there's 3 battleships left, and they have 1 destroyer. And it's the gearing that unfortunately got away. But like, he really should be spotting for those battleships. Like, it's already pretty much a loss here. Like, they actually have 2 pretty good battleship players on the red team, but they're just getting let down big time by their teammates in this battle here. Like, really, really badly. It's if it wasn't sad, it would almost be funny. I mean, if there's 4 destroyers in the game, then, you know, spread out. 3 destroyers goes to, you know, middle, left, and right. And then because there's 4 destroyers, yeah, okay, 2 of them can team up, and, you know, that should make sense. If you team up with a destroyer with sonar, for example, and you are a Friesland or something, then, yeah, that's a pretty good match. And I'm not saying you should never team up as destroyers, but more than 2 is not the best idea, and, you know, probably not in a domination game. So you can see here, I'm done in this battle. I've done my part. The battleships have been pushed all the way to the corner here, and yeah, there's nothing else for me to do. I'm just gonna stick around here, because if I was the destroyer, I would try to go and cap D. But I'm not sure if he's gonna do it, or if he's gonna go and head in here to the middle and try to take B from me. So that's why I'm kind of sticking around in this area here. Like, my battleships are fine. They have 2 destroyers spotting for them, and there's no reason for me to go out there. It's better for me to set up a little bit of a defense in here in case that last destroyer circumvents everything and goes to D and starts to grabbing our caps over here on the flank. Not that it's gonna matter much, but like I said, the battle is over. It was over, like, when I killed the second DD in the B cap. That's when the red team lost. And the third one was just a bonus, really, because it's already too late to come back from something like that early on in the battle. So let's just reiterate here. Spread out. Don't lump up together. And it doesn't matter what you play. Battleships, you know, you need to build crossfires. And you do that by spreading out. And destroyers need to spot, and they do that by spreading out so they can spot more ships and stop spotting the same ships. And destroyers pretty much just support everyone in their, you know, efforts to win the battle. So here I'm bored. I'm just gonna shoot at this Yami here. I know he's gonna shoot at me, but like I said, the battle is over. It doesn't matter. And again, Agile Minotaur, the way to go, because you can just totally troll these battleships here. He doesn't even get 1 hit in. And he's gonna have to wait another 30 seconds while I can just farm him. And you can see he's giving up. But like I said, the battleship players on this team here, they are just totally unlucky. It's not their fault. They were just, yeah, well, left to a gruesome death by their teammates, as you can clearly tell. So, and I'm not spotted here, so I'm guessing the destroyer has run to the edge of the map, which is of course another mistake. Like, he should be trying to salvage the situation here by spotting, and instead he's sitting at the edge of the map using his 16-kilometer gearing torp to perhaps hit a single battleship with 1 torp, like 15 kilometers away. That's not gonna win the battle. But like I said, this battle was lost a long time ago. So do I like having 3 sonars and 3 radars on my cruisers? Absolutely yes, and I always have that. The only exception is Cleveland and Montpellier and Baltimore, actually, where I don't play with agile builds, and I usually give up a radar then, actually. Anyway, battle is over, and we get 3000 XP for like 2 minutes of work. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you out there.